Good evening, everybody. I had a little hiccup. I didn't add YouTube to the channel. Let's play our little sponsor video, please. I want to thank Piggly Wiggly, Camden Locations, McCalla, Ace Hardware, and Hueytown Ace Hardware, my buddy Richard and them at Gerber Collision, and Chris Jones. You mess your vehicle up, go see them. Chad Clifton Power Brakes. I still have a discount code, guys. S. Jones, save you a little money. They're coming out with all kinds of new products, so be sure to look them up. But appreciate everybody. We're going to let some people jump on here. Hopefully everything's clicked in. I'm sure it looks like we're all checkbox, so let's see what happens. I hope everybody can hear me. Trying to see if some people jumped on here yet. This app I use, this StreamYard app, but it's subject to do some stuff. But it says we're on Facebook. Let's make sure we are. It says we're on YouTube. So let's see. Somebody can let me know that they can hear me. Get on this phone and double check and make sure we are, because like I said, it is subject to do something. Let's see, guys. I want to make sure I'm on live so we can get this show started. Yep, it says I'm live. So I don't see any viewers, so I don't know if anybody's watching, but we're going to go into some details. My buddy John, he had to go to a dinner for that Ultimate Fishing Expo in Cullman. He had a dinner tonight, so he's got a dinner. Then he's doing a seminar at 3 o'clock Saturday. So I'm gonna try to run up there Saturday morning and try to do it. But if you can hear me, guys, please make a comment or something. It's I'm hoping this thing's going through. It's showing me live, so I have no clue. So this show's going to kind of be short and sweet. I'm not going to go into no bunch of details, but I just want to discuss some stuff that I've learned, the do's and don'ts that I've learned, on schooling crappie, and some stuff that I seem to run into when I'm carrying clients fishing and what they seem to want to learn and everything. So for some reason, that's not letting me know who's viewing me or anything. Usually it tells me how many people's viewing. I don't see anything. But hey, I have no idea if anybody's. I don't see any comments or anything. There we go. Get back on there. Now, for some reason, when I refresh it, I can see anybody. Thank y'all, man. Appreciate you, Kobe and Stephen and Clinton and Neil. Thank you, man. Like I said, I had to go back. I don't know what was happening. But again, like I said, John's at the Ultimate Fishing Expo in Cullman, Alabama. If you can make it, please make it. He's going to give a speech at 3 o'clock. I tell you, this app, I figure it out all the time, this thing. But we're going to kind of go some do's and don'ts, stuff I've learned from fishing with people. Most of y'all know these things. If you don't know, be sure to ask a question. DeAndre, hey, man, what's up, buddy? William White. Let me get off this. I don't want to interrupt this thing. Get off. Make sure I turn the airplane mode on, because somebody calls, it will kick me off of here. So we're going to go on the do's and don'ts that I've learned, guys, over the years from fishing with people. And, once you locate the fish, guys, we're going to all assume that this is the boat control. You have it. You're lined up on the fish. I mean, you're on the fish. The transducer, the beam is on the fish. It's bright. You make a cast. You see the splash. You know your jig's going down. The worst thing I see guys do, I got a spinning right here. They make a cast. As soon as a bait hits the water, they click the bell. That's a no-no, because I'm going to tell you why. When you click that bell, I'm going to show you what happens. The fish is here. The jig splash. You click the bell, it swings fast, okay? It's going to pedal them right back. You got to leave your bell open, guys. Leave your bell open. Let that line feed. So what that does, when it hits, leave your bell open. Here's the fish again. That bait's going to go strike. You don't want to be short. You want to get it on top of the fish where you can start shaking that bait. That's the first mistake people make, man. It comes from springtime fishing, guys. I've done it. You make a cast, you flip the bell over, you're reeling. The fish is here. Again, as soon as you click it, it's swinging back. Fish never sees it, especially in stained water. I'm not saying he won't run up and do it in clear water, but make sure that you leave the bell open. Bait falls. You shake it. Fish addresses your bait. Second mistake I see people make all the time. The fish starts taking after your bait. They stop reeling and try to feed it to him. He knows something's wrong, guys. Good Lord gave him them big eyes and all those lateral lines. When that fish comes up and addresses your bait, if you stop it and jig it and he flattens out, the switch is off. 99.9% time that fish is going to cut off on you. You're going to have those followers. I get it. There's nothing you can do about that. Make sure you shake the bait, get his attention, and once you do get his attention, just smooth. If you watch shad swimming in the water, they swim straight as they can be. There's no darting and all this stuff. That gets bass's attention, but all that darting, crappie, hey, they want to focus on that bait and try to key in on the bottom of that profile. They're seeing that profile of that bait from the bottom just like that. Again, just when that bait, leave your bell open, please do. Fish sees it, gets up on his tail. Here he comes. And you can watch that screen, guys, but also don't forget how you were taught to fish. Watch that rod and feel for it. You can watch that screen, and once that fish comes in, just watch that rod. That rod starts loading up. They've set on that bait or soft bait, soft bit, excuse me. They set on people wait for that thump. A lot of times you experience that thump in the spring because they're feeding up. But hey, again, close your bell. Get the fish to pick up the bait and close the deal. Reel the fish in. It's great. That's 99.9% of the way people like us fish. That's how I've been taught to fish. That's what I see works best for me. So, again, if you're dealing with one individual fish, the school, I'm going to say this is a school of fish my fingers, guys. I know this is kind of elementary examples, but do not first cast go in the middle of that school. Do not come up the backside right here in that school, because what happens if this is the first cast, guys, if this fish bites, you set the hook, they disperse. You don't want to do that because you ruin the chance of you catching another fish. Automatically, first cast, guys, these are 4 or 5 fish. Take your bait, go over the top. Try to catch a hot fish. This fish comes out, you set the hook, no harm, no done. Now, you may get another follower with him, but your first cast, guys, right here. Fish takes off, this fish takes off, bites. Do not come up the backside of them, because I'm telling you, when you set the hook, they're going to explode. And you may catch the small one first and the big one's with it, and they run off. And I'm not saying they won't get back together, but always above first. See if you can get a hot fish. Make a great cast. Leave your bell open. See if you can get one of those fish to initiate your bait. Don't come up the backside of them. Do not. Now, if you pull that first fish off the hot fish and you go and get nothing, by all means, go in the middle of them. And I do it a lot of times. I'll go through the middle and I'll just barely shake my rod tip. I'll shake it like this. I'll shake my rod tip, and a lot of times you'll feel a pressure bite. That's another good tip for schooling fish. Just like I said, don't close your bell too early. Try to keep it above the school the first cast. Next cast, you're welcome to go in. Hopefully, every cast is above them. They're all firing off. That's the perfect scenario, guys. These 5 fish right here, boom, you pick 4 or 5 off, but do not come up the backside of them. Do not. Everybody gets excited when they see this school and they want to put that bait, in them. But also, guys, when you throw, bell's open, excuse me. When you throw, I'm giving you an example again. That bait gets in there, it's falling down, it's almost to the fish. Look at that bait, start reeling. I'm twitching my rod. Once that fish initially, look, I'm smooth. I'm not doing any jerking. I'm just smooth as I can be. Not doing this, just smooth reeling. That bait's coming just like this. I'm telling you, I went to Grenada with Eric. Man, I'm telling you, he put emphasis so much on not doing anything crazy with the bait. It was amazing. Like that fish, if it come by his nose, nothing. Blackfish will let you juke and jive a little bit, but I'm telling you, a live scope will telling you every time. I see people cast and they start popping their bait trying to find it. Guys, if it's not in that beam, it's just like a flashlight. I give you a Q beam and tell you to spotlight a deer, and you don't see that deer's eyes, you're not on the deer. The same way with a fish. You got a 20-degree beam. I think it's just 20 or 18 or 20 on a 34, LVS 34. You're at the narrow end of a cone. You can picture a funnel, guys. I wish I had one. You're at the narrow end of it. That funnel's just like this. So if your jig's not bright and your fish is not bright, you're nowhere near him. If he doesn't give you any indication, he doesn't dart out of the way or lift his head up to address your bait, you're either not close to him or he's just not going to bite. The second mistake, another big mistake on the list that I'm trying to give y'all is people spend way too much time on a school of fish. Do not do that, guys. This time of year and I see a boat sitting in one spot, they're not catching a bunch of fish, guys. They're trying to make some fish bite that don't want to bite. They're wasting their time. They're educating fish. They get on top of the boat slapping. They're spending a lot of time with those fish. Do not do that, guys. Catch you 4 or 5 and move on. Go find it. I'm not saying don't come back to that stump or don't come back to that area. Go find some hot fish. I mean, John made an example a few shows ago, and Neil and I experienced it in Talcon. We seen these big, pretty schools, these 100-fish schools, and you're like, yeah. And they would give you the bird. But you go see 4 and 3 or 1 on the bottom. They would bite. And I'm like, okay, today's the day that get away from those big schools. Your first initial thought is, man, in big schools, I'm going after them. I'm going to put it on same way on a stump or anything. Come back to that area. Go back to that stump. But move around till you find some active fish. Do not give up and sit there and waste. If you're only there for 4, 5, 6 hours and you sit there and waste 30, 40 minutes, an hour on one school and catch 1 or 2, that's why you see the Kegels and the Fulmers and Ryan and everybody that when they catch 60 fish, guys, and myself included, when they catch a limit of fish, you do not know how much area they covered. You have no idea. It's not 2 or 3 spots where you do that. You know, Eric and them's out in California where there's an abundance of fish. They're lighting them up, but there's a bunch of fish there. These river systems, these fish are scattered still. Hopefully this rain we got is going to speed it up, but do not sit on a group of fish too long. That's one of the biggest mistakes, because I understand, because you can see them on live scope. You can see the fish and you're excited. You think, man, I can get my bait in front of them. I'm going to change colors. I'm going to change profiles. Look, man, if you wore them out on a certain color, you can change colors. You know, if you pour them out on blue and chartreuse and you want to throw a shad color in there, you know, monkey milk, do that. But if you don't, those fish don't do none of that, move on. Don't sit and camp out on these fish. It's not going to happen. I mean, you're just wasting your time. But always give yourself a chance, guys. Do not, I'm going to emphasize this, man. Do not close the bell too early and pin on your bait to you. Do not. Do not. Hey, give yourself a chance. Make your cast accurate. Even practice in the yard, shooting, anything. Exactly. I see where I'm not calling you out your mistakes there, and I'm sorry. But I'm just trying to help y'all guys. We created this show, and it sounds like I'm getting on somebody's ass when they're in my boat after a while. After we've come, everything's cool, and we caught some fish. Like, I want you to be efficient. I want you to catch fish, guys. Do not make these mistakes. I mean, don't. They're mistakes, period. I promise you. It's just, to me, it's just like swinging a hammer and missing the nail. I mean, you're not doing anything. It may look like you are, but you're not. But listen, we created this show to help people, and I'm not trying to down anybody, but I want you to catch fish. And like I said, William's saying he's setting a spot too long. Mike's saying he drank a couple drops, he's gone. Let's answer Jason's question. What's the mount you have for your transducer mounted on? It's Performance Marine Dominator mount, Jason. That's the name of it. Performance Marine Dominator. That's what all us are running. Great transducer. Appreciate Roger tuning in. I'll make sure I get carried away. Seeing the live the other day. Birthday, the old boy quit using bobber stops, just started running slip bar around and control. Hey, I've seen people do that too, Stephen. Keep the bait over them. You'll learn, man, as you get more fishing, you can stall that bait over those schools without a cord. You can really stall it. You can play with your rod, lean in, lean out, install that bait. But I don't care how you do it. Colby said he's watching eating sushi. Let's see. When I lose my jig, I know I've got to be close, and I'll watch my line. And there you go. That's exactly right. A lot of chat, I see people go, I don't know where my jig is. The hell, it's in that fish's mouth. You better set the hook because that rod's loaded up, guys. Like I said, some people make you quit looking at the screen. Just, hey, look at the rod. Watch it load up. Watch it. These rods nowadays are so sensitive, and this fluorocarbon and this K9 and stuff like this braid we're throwing, super sensitive, guys. Man, they're not like the rods of old back in the day where you had your line on your finger trying to feel for that worm bite. The rods, technology is awesome nowadays. Nothing like that. Let's see what Danny, what is the code for 20% off at the show? Is a secret. I don't know what it is, Danny. I have no idea. I'll have to look it up, man, to be honest with you. That's for the Ultimate Fishing Expo or fishing. I forget what it's called in Cullman. I'm trying to skip around. Yeah, they are tearing those fish up, man. They're big time and out in Clear Lake. Buffalo, New York, man. Appreciate you, Rodney, tuning in from old New York, man. Thank you, man. There you go. What baits? Glad you asked that, DK. Thank y'all. You're going to help me keep this show going by asking me questions, even if you know it, guys, because it's going to sound like I'm talking to myself because I don't have John to feedback off of. But this time of year, man, I'm gonna use a 16th, and I'm gonna have an 8th on there, DK. I'm gonna have a 16th pill head, number 6 hook, keeper, some type of 1.5 to 2-inch bait. I'll have a mirror ball or shad colored, whatever, and I'm gonna have a white and chartreuse bait, black and chartreuse bait. Depends on the if I can get a 16th to them without the wind blowing and they're at a depth and they're 12, 13 foot deep, I'm going to throw a 16th every time. I'm always going to try 16th, but if the fish are moving fast, the schools are moving fast, I've got wind to deal with. I don't like throwing 8th a lot, but I have to do it sometimes. And the 8th is my key. I'm going to have those 2 baits. We all have tons of baits. I mean, I was just digging through my stuff. I mean, look at all of it. I got just sacks of baits. And there's only a few colors that I actually use, but technique, the profile, and bait, the bait presentations is 99% of it, man. I'm telling you, it's a lot. You see people catch them on monkey milk and muddy water. I'm loving it. Keep them coming. Any tips on keeping the bait still on choppy water for schooled up finicky blackfish? We talked about it last show, Aaron. We always shoot the jig to keep it low to the water where the wind doesn't, where it can be accurate, and keep your line closer to the water if you can. Try it when it's choppy. There's a happy medium. You're not going to get so close to those fish before they start spooking. It's try to figure that sweet spot. You got to realize, guys, just like this, I'm on for the answer. This is 0, okay? This is 0 over here. This is 25. So I'm going to treat this screen. I'm going to go this way where y'all can see. This is 0, and that's 25. So when you cast right here, guys, when that bait comes down, you know as well as I do, there's a sweet spot in 20 foot where you can keep that bait in front of him. If you throw way out here 50, 60 feet, you see your line angle. It's not going to stay in front of those fish, Aaron. Find that sweet spot, 20, 25. Find that sweet spot where that bait's right here. So you see my screen, 0. You're going to go 0, guys, 10, 20, 30. You see out here at 40? See out here at 25. You see how that bait's going to stay in that bait's going to stay in that longer, in that strike zone longer than that angle right there. If this fish is hot, it doesn't matter. He's coming, but I can keep it right here. Find that happy medium, Aaron, where you can get in there that 25-foot range and install your bait over them. You'll see that angle. You'll see your line angle. It's going to be about like that right there. There's a sweet spot, I promise you. And, I try to tell people, hey, when they get 30 feet, let's cast out and see how hot they are. But, yes, there's a sweet spot in that distance. I promise you. Let's see. Any tips for Alabama river fish? Man, Cole, I'm hoping they got a lot better. They've been scattered, man, big time down there. I'm sure this rain's pushed them a little bit together. I caught some good fish down at Miller's Ferry last time I went. Didn't catch many. I mean, in the 20s. Me and Colby went a few weeks ago, but the river's fishing's got to pick up. We're supposed to get some more rain. That will help. We got to have some current to push those fish together. If not, they got they treat that whole river system like a giant lake. They can go anywhere they want to. There's nothing forcing them to go nowhere. So the main river ought to be getting better as soon as this water starts to settle down. Yeah, William, you're right. Let's see. Let's see what Scott says. When you pull the bait away from there, it seems a quick pull will make them jump on it instead of just follow. That's true. My buddy Harold, he loves the reel fast. Ray Morris loves the reel fast. If they want it fast, we're going to find out quick. They may want you to walk it. You know, they may want you to walk the bait. They may want to take it when that fish initiates, like Scott's saying. When that fish looks up, your bait's here. It's going down. That fish looks up. He starts going, and you take off, and he matches your energy. Get ready. He's going to lock it. He's going to lock that bait down. That's what you want. You see that tail flap? He's fixing to give it hell. I mean, all y'all seen those fish come at that bait. I know I'm animated because I use my hands a lot, but you see that fish get under it, and you'll see him do this. Then all of a sudden he'll close the gap. But yes, always keep that. Big time. That's exactly right. Mike's saying shoot the jig is super accurate. That's exactly. I can shoot way better than I can cast, guys. And it doesn't take a rod load up to shoot 30 feet. You know, it's a first down, 10 yards. Everybody's played ball that knows that. It's 10 yards. Set up there while you're drinking a beer and grilling and just say, practice your shooting old jig and some solo cups. That's what I would do. Let's see. Jason said, if you were going to get a long pole to dip into heavy cover, what do you recommend rod and reel line setup? There's a couple options you can get, Jason. I've got Outlaw, a 15-footer, and I've got a Proficiency little bait caster on it. But a 15 and a rear seat of 13, probably 15 if you can get used to it. It's going to feel awkward to you if you don't use a lot of long rods. A 15-footer, some 12-pound line. Hey, set that bait in there. Fish addresses it, pull it up, hit him. You know, it's I just like a 15-footer. Some people like 13s, but if I'm going to go any shorter than a 13, guys, I might as well start casting out. You know, I'll be honest with you. I mean, 13's great. 15's, you know, I think everybody in their boat needs a dock shooter, 5'8", 6-footer, a 7-footer, a 13, and a 15. I think everybody needs that. I mean, everybody needs those 4 rods in your repertoire. You're not talking about a ton of money, guys. You know, Ozark makes a great rod. Outlaw makes a great rod. I've got several long rods. I'm going to end up giving one away. I've got a 12-foot Outlaw rod I've had sitting in the corner. I forgot it was brand new. We'll have to do that later on. But yeah, a 13 to 15, Jason. You're going to have to get used to it. But it's no different. Fish approaches it, take your rod, pull that bait away from them. Don't hold it over them. Just sit there like a dead minute. That fish adjusts, hey, pick that rod up. A lot of people use line. But if you can get around that sweet spot where you're not holding a lot of line, you're just holding the rod. That's what you need to do. But practice with it. Take all your rods out, Jason, except that long rod. I promise you'll get better at it. Just like flipping back in the day. I promise. Kobe's asking me, got any creek fishing tips? Man, I ain't fished a creek in a long time, Kobe. As far as for crappie, man, I wouldn't know. As far as just covering water, I mean, if any creek, you see something that breaks that current, a rock, a stump, a log, those fish are going to take advantage of that, man. Sitting behind that break in that current, waiting on bait. But that's the only tip I can give you. I used to trout fish a lot when I was younger, and that's what we try to do in those little eddies, for sure. Let's see. Levi's asking me a good question. Hey, Shane, how do you feel about Talcon going to this cold front? Saw the temps around 59 last week, hoping to find them roaming this weekend, headed over tomorrow. There's a big tournament down there, Levi. Peachtree's down there this weekend. A lot of people don't realize, guys, these fish this time of year in the teens, they're in the 13, 14, 15, 16 foot of water. They don't know it's gotten cold. They don't know that. I mean, that water above them is like a big blanket. It has to stay cold a long time. That surface temperature may drop, but these fish down here at 10 or 15, it might move 2 or 3 degrees. we as fishermen worry about the cold water more than the fish do. So they're going to be where they're going to be, Levi, without smelling like a smart ass. I mean, seriously, they're going to be where they're going to be. And they bite. Crappie are not scared of cold water. It's not like a bass. You know, bass, for instance, if you catch them in 5 foot of water and all of a sudden it gets 25 degrees, yeah, they're going to ease out of there. You know, I promise you. But these fish that are in the teens, they're not going to know that it got cold. You're going to know it, but they're not going to know it. You know, that's the same way in February. When you have 3 or 4 warm days, guess what? That water temperature starts warming up. Those fish know it. They feel it, even down at that depth, you know, because they're shallower. They're 10 foot or less. But any fish that, to me, it's my opinion, is 10 foot or deeper, they don't know that cold weather's here. I mean, they really don't. I mean, I don't have a probe to test the water temperature down that deep, but I'm telling you, they don't. You know, should be some good fish still schooling down there though. William Wise, do you take your electronics off when trailer? No, I don't. Mine stays on there, William. Some of these people with these cradles, I understand, guys. I have an 8616. It's hard mounted in there. If you have cradles, hey, I would definitely take it off. When I store it, I leave it all plugged up. I mean, I got it. Harold lets me keep my boat in his garage, and I don't do it, man. But to me, William, here's the thing, guys. With those cradles, with those pins in the back of it, guys, the more you take in and out of there, all you got to do is one bad move, and you'll break one of those pins or bend those pins. So get your EFX cover that holds it on there. Find some way to keep that thing in that cradle. The more you take it out, the more apt you're going to bend those pins. You know what pins I'm talking about, the pins that go in the back of the unit. It's kind of it's not a silly design. It's just a bad design to me. I've had them jump out at the console and land in my lap when I hit a wave because I didn't snap it in good. So be careful. There's a fine line there, but I think the more you take it in and out, the more you may damage those pins. And believe me, I'm good at tearing up stuff. I promise you. Yeah, H&H has a row or a war pig. They sure do. Let's see. Let's see what Will Summers, I fish a river system with standing timber. The fish have left the timber and I can't find them anywhere. Any ideas? Well, I don't know if there's a lot of current where you fish, Will. Fish are schooling right now. The only time you're going to see them on timber, they're resting, man. I'm just telling you, they're resting. You'll see them up here, looks like a big Q-tip. They'll be sitting there chilling, all of a sudden they take off running, hauling ass. Their hormones, the males are hormones, the females, they want to school. Blackfish want to run. Whitefish are schooling a little bit too. So you've got to get on your side scan, Will. Run out to 120 feet. Look for some bait. They're not going to be far from that bait, but look for those schools. You'll see them. They'll look like a Christmas tree stacked up. It won't look like shad, like a blob. They'll look kind of like a Christmas tree shape. Try to find, and hey, if you're unsure, drop the trolling motor and run the dang light scope over and say, oh, them look like crappie. I'm going to see cover some water. Don't be scared. Do not waste a trip on the water, guys. If the fishing sucks, go mark some structure. It's not like we used to where we didn't catch anything, and we couldn't see nothing and we just go home. Now, don't do it. Just, hey, go look for some fish. Their fish are somewhere. They did not disappear. And they're not going to stay in the mud all the time either. So, that standing timber, they move somewhere. I'm not saying they're far. They may be on a ledge. They may be on a treetop. But how I found them schooling in some of these river systems, I called a couple off a stump or a limb, and I seen them take off, and I followed them. I chased them with a live scope. I'll be honest with you. So, but yeah, don't be scared to go find some fish. I mean, try to keep yourself in productive areas. The number one mistake is, guys, we do this every trip. You know why we go fishing, guys? Today you might not catch 5, but you may catch 100 tomorrow. Everybody knows that in the back of their head. There's always hope that you may catch fish. Get a side scan. Cover some water. And, Will, if you find fish, man, and you grew up on that water, hey, man, this is an inside point. This is a ledge. This is a tree. This is a stump. Try to repeat that pattern somewhere. Go, oh, crap. I remember where another stump is. Or, hey, I remember where another ledge is just like this. I remember dock this in 20 foot of water. It's like a big deer, guys. They don't make mistakes. They're not doing anything by accident. It's a patternable thing. these crappie are patternable, but the guys that stay on the water all the time, the Eric Kagels and the Patrick Stones and all these guys, man, they're on fish all the time because they're on the fish. I mean, back in the day, I fished with an old man named Bob Hamilton, and he told me you can't beat somebody in a tournament that knows where not to fish. Break down the water. You always heard 90% of fish and 10% of water. This time of year is the same way. 90% of the fish are in 10% of the water, but they do move, man. They don't stay in the same place. So don't mess yourself up. Don't sell yourself short. Build you a little, build you a problem. But yeah. Let's see what Chad said. If they kept that timber, they'd probably school right up the bottom in the mud. That's true. They're not going to be far from stuff, man. I went to Eufaula. I was talking to Neil before the show, and I was telling him that Harold and I went to Eufaula, and we smashed them. I mean, we caught 200 fish, guys. I'm not going to exaggerate. And the next time we went, the bait was gone. Bait was gone. We scratched up 50, but we had to move. Nothing like the bait was gone. The fish had moved. Same thing what Will's running into. You have to move with the fish. Don't be scared to, hey, put the side scan on and go. Hey, eat your biscuit. Chill around. Hey, idle around and find you something. Don't forget side scan what started this whole movement. Side scan has been the demise of more fish than any kind of live scope. I don't care what anybody says. Side scan and counting down a jig and throw out buoys have been responsible for a lot of skin fish. I mean, I promise you, not live scope for sure. Does barge traffic cause problems? No, I don't think so, Philip. There's so many fish jump behind those barges. I don't think it does. The only time I could see it if you was fishing an inlet or a point and it may pull the fish, pull some water out from underneath you. But no, I don't think it does. I don't think barge traffic hurts anything as far as the river. Sometimes, it does muddy the water up on some of these points. And hey, those shad get in there and get confused and stuff, and those fish take advantage of it. I promise you they do. I mean, those bars may make one swim awkward and may get caught in the current and do something. Those fish know that. I mean, they know. There you go. Keep a buoy on my bow and my console. Hey, it's not gotten away. I mean, that's been the demise. I'm telling you, I grew up doing that. As soon as you drive by and mark a school, you make that loop again. You drive by and do like this, and as soon as you see it come on your screen, as soon as it comes like this, as soon as it appears, boom, you throw that buoy out. I mean, as soon as it comes by, whoop, mark it. Throw it. Don't throw it dead on top of it, of course. Throw it until you figure out where that stump is and you fill it with that bait. A 16th ounce jig, guys, if you don't have live scope, falls a foot a second on 10-pound line. So guess what? If it's 20 foot deep, you throw your jig, it hits the water. 1,001, 2, 3, 6, 7. I reel. Boom. I got a bite 9, 10 feet, 9, 10. So I know I'm halfway to that 20 foot depth. Guess where those fish may be? Try to repeat it. That's how I grew up fishing. Used to catch a lot of fish, and I would beat brush down. And that's why we used to catch a lot of fish, because we would just keep on going. So, yeah, 16th ounce jig will fall a foot a second. That's for useful information. You can count it. And I'd always tell people, if I wanted to really whoop somebody's tail, I wouldn't tell them how far I was counting. They just throwing and reeling. But I say, hey, man, give me a 6 count, start reeling. It ain't been, 6, 7 years ago we were doing that. So, but let's see what Rodney's asking. Any good tips on how to read your Helix 10? Rodney, you got to get the settings right. First thing, don't handicap yourself with some settings. I got some settings. You can message me on what to put in there. John shared them with me. I may have them on my phone. Make sure you got the settings right. And make sure you know what you're looking at. If you see shad, everybody thinks everything's a crappie because crappie are plentiful. But make sure you know what shad look like. Make sure you know the shape of, of carp, of spoonbill. Try to get those shape of those crappie and go. And then if you have live scope, go confirm it. Run your butt over there and catch some of them. People's like, how do I know they're crappie? Catch the darn things if you can. I mean, I know that sounds like a smart ass answer, but I'm telling you, catch the things. I mean, but hey, get confidence in it, man. You got all that electronics, and if you have the time, you bought it for a reason. You didn't buy it just because somebody else has it. Has it, excuse me. Just, hey, go use that stuff. I mean, you got it on your boat. I mean, don't be scared to aisle around and mark stuff. But yeah, to have the right settings in there. I forget what the dynamic something. There's all kinds of stuff. I'll have to look what the settings are. I used to have a picture in there. Let's see what Steven's saying. Here in Central Texas, I find the deepest cove I can find and go in the fish different depths. If I go shallow and start catching small fish, I go deeper. If I go too deep, I start catching. There you go. Vice versa. You're just looking for fish. When we were at you fall a couple weeks ago, we caught some eaters. In some sloughs, nothing bigger than 12, 13 inches. I'll put a limit in the boat in 2 hours, 2.5 hours, 60 fish. And then we went out on the river and caught some quality fish. They were bigger fish. They're not as scared to be out there in that main water. They're not worried about a flathead eating them like some of these 8, 9, 10-inch fish are. They just stay together. But don't be scared to cover some water, guys. I mean, that's the thing about it. We got modern technology. Take advantage of it. Some people don't like it, whatever. I really don't care. I like it. I like people to learn. I like people to succeed and catch a lot of fish. I like seeing people post pictures of fish. But again, I'm going to go over it. When you cast, your bail's open. Don't close that bail fast. If you're throwing 4 feet, it ain't going to matter. Do not do that, guys. Make sure you're real smooth. No herky-jerky, smooth. That fish addresses your bait, come on with it. But, hey, those are some tips that'll help you catch more fish, I promise you. That stuff that we've learned over the years, people that sit in my boat, that go on guide trips with me, that's the first thing I'm teaching them. I'm going to show them, throw them the basics, and I'm going to make them act like practice and hook set, see how they do, see if they dip the rod, see if they lean back on them immediately, see if they're real. Then it kind of lets me know what I need to do. Like I said, there's nothing, nobody reads a book, guys. Nobody watches YouTube and learns how to do this crap, guys. Experience on the time on the water and going with people and picking it up. I mean, sorry. You can't just watch YouTube. If it was that easy, people would be experts everywhere. You got to think about this, guys. There's millions of live scope units out there, I'm sure. There's no telling how many. And there's very few individuals that produce and catch limits and produce a lot of fish. And there's a reason why. They're learning all the tricks, their presentation, and their jigs, and they're finding the right fish that want to bite. It's not rocket science. Don't make it harder than it is, guys. You're going to have bad days, and you're going to suck. I tell people this every time they get on my boat. You're not going to suck at 12 o'clock as bad as you did the first thing that morning. The next trip, guess what? You get a little more confidence. Now, some off days, your casting's going to be off, guys, but you're going to be better as the time goes on the water. And the more reps you get, guys, and the more reps you get at fish, and the more times you succeed in catching a fish, you're going to get the confidence. So do that. Put some time on the water. Go down there. If you want to learn how to read a long rod, use a long rod. Put all your short rods up. Take your long rod out there. Go find those fish. Let's see. Let's see what Levi's asking me again. Hate to bring this up talking again, but we're in Pensacola. It's 3 hours away. What pattern water temp did you see last week? Not trying to ask too much. No, dude. Those fish are in the main lake off the main river channel. I'm just telling you, there's going to be some boats there if you're going this weekend. They're practicing right now for the Peachtree State Tournament. There'll be 30, 40 boats in it. All you got to do, Levi, is look for some boats. They're hunting big fish, but all you got to do is look for some boats this weekend. Because them boys know how to fish, and they're going to be on some fish. Main lake, river channel. That's all you need to know. I mean, seriously, it's not rocket science. Try to find some fish that want to buy it. Philip says, does your jig have a bait keepers on? I do. It's got a little bait keeper. And what I do with that bait keeper, Philip, I'll take a pair of pliers and flatten it out a little bit because it's too steep. It likes to tear baits. When that hook goes up like that, I just smash it towards the hook. Lemons Tackle makes some. They're peel heads. Steve Gonalves makes some. They're like a number 6 hook, I think. And got a little keeper on it. Great bait. I mean, great hook. Great jig head. The number 6 hook's a little hook, but it will sting them. I promise you. Bow control is my hardest. Bow control is, Blake. But, man, I guarantee you it takes a minimum of 40 hours to learn boat control, to even get proficient at it. If y'all have ever seen somebody run a skid steer like my buddy Harold, I mean, it's unreal. I'm over there, and he's moving stuff. He's making 10 moves by one. He's ran the equipment. He's ran the boat. Best thing for you to, Blake, is to line the boat up. I don't care if it's just a stump. It don't have to be fish. Line the boat up, cast, and go by that stump right where you want to. Just like throwing a baseball. You want to go right by that stump? Line up on the stump, guys. Throw. Take your trolling motor and parallel park your boat against a pier. It doesn't matter. I mean, the more you're going to use it, don't be scared of it and get aggravated and just go home, because I promise you, you're not going to learn shit, excuse my language, sitting on the couch, watching YouTube, watching somebody else catch them, Blake. Get your butt out there. Get in the wind. Put the nose in the wind. Put your nose in the wind and find those fish. Find a stump and just cast at it. I don't care if there's no fish on there. Bloom, bloom. So look at there. I'm lined up. My bait's hot. I see it bright. I see that stump bright. Do it, man. Just put the boat. Don't get frustrated with it. Hey, it's just like, Blake, the best way I've done it, and this may be silly, you've flown a kite before. Think of your boat as a kite. If that wind's blowing right here in your left ear, put your boat in that left ear. Fly a kite. Keep the boat straight. Make the boat, the point of the boat, make it steer for you and keep it right there. Approach that thing that way. Don't go over here and try to throw across over here, at 9 o'clock and let it blow around. Get the nose of the boat. Either blow it or downwind. I don't care which way it's blowing. Put it in there. Take that via that boat. Use it to your advantage. Keep the nose of the boat in the water. Keep it pointed at the cover. Wind's blowing in my face. I'm right here. That's great. Blowing right here in my left ear. I'm gonna keep the nose right there. I'm gonna cast. Keep my foot. My head of my trolling motor 11 o'clock. I'm gonna keep on. But practice with the water. Nobody's gonna know what you're doing but you, man. Nobody can teach you your foot. You got to get your foot with your head and your rod. All those three things have to work. And they will. It's going to click, man. I promise you. You're going to be like, oh, it clicked. One day you're just going to be like, man, I've got proficient at boat control. I've done good. It may take you a year. It doesn't matter. There's no stipulations on it. Do you think thump gel helps? Man, here's my thing on that, Jerry. I'll be honest with you. I've used some garlic spray. I think some fish, when they get to chasing that jig and it gets in their gills, it may make them close the deal. I've seen it happen before. I've got a bunch of it. Do I use it? No, I don't. But it may make fish hold on together. It does make a trail. So I don't know. I mean, whatever you have confidence, Jerry. If you catch more fish with thump gel, squeeze it away, buddy. Put it on there. I mean, that's just my theory. I'm just saying it may get in those gills of those fish when they're rushing up. Close the deal. Because I've used that spike it little garlic spray. Who knows? But, I wish I could tell you 100% yes, it works. But, hey, it's whatever you got confidence in. You know as well as I do, if I got a pink jig and I've been catching fish on, I'm going to throw it till I catch something with it. Until somebody wears me out with a purple one, But, yeah, I think it does work. I don't think it's a waste of money. There you go. That's exactly right, Steve. Main thing is don't get aggravated on the water. It will pay off. Even if you find more structure, it's still a win. It's not about limit. It's 100%, guys. Get proficient, man. I'm not married. I don't have kids. I got a great job with RPM East. I'm off every weekend. I get to spend a lot of time on the water, guys. So you got to realize my year is some people's 5 or 6 or 7 years worth of fishing. So you can't base it on people like me or somebody that gets to fish a lot like me. You got to give yourself time to learn it. It's just the way it is. And I try to keep it real, and I'm honest as I can be to you guys. I get to fish a lot. So guess what? My boat control is pretty dang good. And that's because I get to fish a lot. Make sure you're not handicapping yourself. Make sure you got the right trolling motor. Make sure if your boat, if I put weight in the front of my boat, I got 100 pounds of steel shot in the front of my boat to keep the front end down, keep it from coming up. When I got another person there, it holds it to the water. It's a aluminum boat. It's a big boat, but it helps my boat control. It's them little tricks that people, you learn over the years that people tell you. People put sandbags in there. A lot of people. Some boats are heavy enough in the front you don't have to worry about it. But won't that thing suck to the water? Let That's exactly right, Danny. It helps to work with the wind when you can instead of against 100%, man. The only time I'd go with the wind, if I got my power brakes down, it's barely blowing, and I can just sit there and bump and back and just cast. You know, not a big blow, just back. I use my power brakes big time for that. The power brakes, people don't understand. When you get to chasing fish and your boat control gets very efficient, you get better. Those power brakes right there, you can go faster, stop, cast, boom, 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 boom. They fish come bite, screw them. They don't want to bite. Gone. They want to bite, I'm going to pop them. Keep going. You know, just, I'm going to keep on. I mean, it's just, don't waste your time, guys. Do not. And no telling how many times me, Neil and I have seen some boats down there talking, and I don't know the guys, but I see them, and I never see them reeling the fish. And I'm like, what are they doing, man? I mean, there's fish everywhere. Why are they staying on that one group of fish? And you want to go to them and say, hey, man, get to moving. There's fish out here that's biting. Don't camp out on non-biting fish. That's silly. You know, they're not going to all of a sudden turn on. They done made their mind up. That whole group has an attitude problem if you get 2 or 3 out of it. Very seldom. I think the most I've ever caught at school is 20, 25 fish, and that's a big school. So, you know, that's me. So, let's see. And there's so many different kind of. There's old Derek, old Dean, my buddy. Hey, Shane, what size jig body have you been throwing this winter? I've been throwing 1.5 inches and 2 inches. But, Derek, I'm glad you brought that up. We're fixing to get into big girl season. And, man, I'm going to show you. I got some. I'm not scared of a 3-inch bait, especially when I'm hunting these big, especially these big hybrids we're fixing to go after. Don't be scared of a 3-inch bait. These are Jinko baits. I'm not sponsored by Jinko. Don't be scared of a 3-inch bait, guys. I'll pull, you can ask Neil, Tommy, anybody. We pull shad out, I mean, long as this bottle out of there this time of year. I mean, they're 4 inches long, man. So don't be scared of a 3-inch bait. You may have to delay easing back on them. But it's like a cheeseburger in front of me, son. I don't need any help. If I want that, it's gone. These bigger fish, they're getting bigger. They're getting fatter. Some ain't feeding on as much, Derek. And when they see that, they're thinking, hey, that's a 3-inch bait, guys. I don't know if you can see that, but that is a 3-inch bait all day long. Not a big, thick profile. Everybody makes shad-colored baits like this. Happen to be a Jinko. But always have a big bait on. Don't be scared of it. Hey, 1.5 inches. Get you a 2-inch bait. Put your 3-inch bait on there. Don't be scared to try it, because Tommy and I one day got into them at Miller's Ferry, and I was throwing a 1/4 ounce in a 3-inch bait, smoking them. I mean, we caught 80-something fish. The current was up, so I had to use a heavier bait. And, hey, I adapted. I hadn't done it since. But, hey, don't be scared of a 3-inch bait, Derek. I mean, do not be scared of it, man. But I do have the ordinary baits like we've always thrown when you and I fish together. Don't be scared to just, put it in front of them. If they're not scared of them, like I said, I pulled some shad out of there as long as my thumb. I mean, 4 inches out of some of these crappie this time of year. So there you go. Using Spotlight. Let me make sure I hadn't missed any questions, guys. I appreciate y'all helping me out with the show and asking me questions, and it really does help the show go on, because normally I'll be sitting here spinning my wheels and talking to myself for, 20 minutes saying the same thing over and over again and repeat myself. And I appreciate all y'all tuning in. We ain't going to keep anybody on here longer, but I'm glad I could share some of this information. I probably rambled, and I'm sorry if I did, but this is just some tips and stuff that I've learned myself and learned from people that I fish with. And I promise you, I put a lot of fish in the boat doing it. I'm still learning every day and getting better and better at it. The show's grown. We're almost at 19,000 followers. Thanks to all you guys. If you haven't, hey, those 3 dots beside CrappieKast on Facebook, hit them and invite your friends. I'd love to have 20,000 by May, or March or May. Man, I'd love to. But I appreciate all our sponsors again. Power Brakes, the Piggly Wiggly Ace Hardware here in McCalla, Crystal and Tim and all them guys. Ace Hardware in Hueytown, Camden Piggly Wiggly, Gerber Collision, and Andalusia Marine. They're all good folks, guys. And if I deal with them, I promise you they're good folks. You can write that and you can take that to the bank. I promise you. We don't have to do this, but they come along on board with us. I'm going to support them, and I hope you guys support them too. Everybody's staying busy. It's cold this time of year, guys. The wind's been up today. Deer season's winding down. February, get ready. My favorite times of the month, favorite time of the year, excuse me, for the big fish. We're going to see some big fish. Schooling fish are happening. Got a lot of trips lined up here. Like I said, John's, again, guys, John is at the Cullman show, the Ultimate Fishing Expo. I think's the name of it. I may be saying it wrong. He has a seminar on brush piles and crappie fishing at 3 o'clock tomorrow. Oh, excuse me, Saturday, not tomorrow. It starts Friday. The show starts tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's supposed to be a pretty good show. I know a lot of people's going to be there. I'm going to try to go. I got to cook fish for my boss Saturday night, but I'm going to try to go up and spend some time, do a little hunting. I don't know how much fishing I'll do this weekend, but I'm trying to get bow hunting out of my system and all that good stuff. But there's my buddy Derek. We're going to smash him fish. Derek comes in from Illinois, him and his boy, and we're gonna rock some fish. I'm going to have some friends down there. It's going to be fun. Last year we had to adapt, and we got down there and seen a bunch of fish. They want to give us a bird. We figured out a few things. Next day we smashed them. Like somebody said earlier, keep hope alive, man. I like it. I want to be there when they bite. I don't want to be talking about how they didn't bite yesterday. I want to be there when they do. And thank y'all for participating. Thanks for the questions, guys. Thank y'all for supporting the show. We're going to keep doing this as long as I'm breathing. I promise you. I'm going to try to do a few more lives, add permissible as I get on the water, guys, and can go live. Lake Talcon, Lake Eufaula, Seminole. It's hard to do it on the river systems where I fish because it's just not a lot of signal. But I know you get to see a lot of stuff. But I hope I shared enough tips for you guys. We all picked up a little bit. And those of you that know. Good luck to everybody at Peak State. Corey, Newbie, and all them down there. Y'all stay warm. Y'all catch some fish. And I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of weight they catch down there. But we'll be back next Thursday. Y'all go visit John now. He's going to be there at 3 o'clock in Cullman at the Ultimate Fishing Expo. Thank you, guys, man. We'll see y'all next time. And God bless, and everybody stay warm. It's going to be cool all weekend.